Even I was saying, like, I forgot to, like, kind of research anything. I was just like, it's Christmas. I'll be able to talk about that. And I'm like, oh,
Wing
shit,
it,
maybe I
right?
should
Yeah.
have, like...
No, I remember when I first went on the radio, I was like super nervous. But then it was like, oh, this is fun. And then I was like, oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. I can
goes
still
so
talk.
quickly, the radio one. I'm like, I didn't get to say my stuff. You just, like, say your name and that's it. It's Christmas!
Yay!
Welcome to another episode of Tea and Tales Christmas Special, and I'm here with Dr. Joana to talk about all things emergencies. Christmas is the best time of the year, but it's also the busiest time of the year for most pet emergencies, sadly.
It is. Well, first, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Let's talk about a very important theme, which is all the hazards surrounding this time of year. So let's prepare our pet owners.
Yes, please. There's a lot to know. So we'll dive right into it on foreign bodies at Christmas. It's the most common thing to happen, or what do you think?
Absolutely. At this time of year, yeah, you know that they will go ahead and they will eat a lot of the stuff like Christmas decorations, right? The tinsel, the ribbons, the Christmas balls, snowballs even.
Well, I actually researched as well, like what are the 5 most common foreign bodies?
Okay.
So I can test you on it.
Okay,
So-
well, the tinsel.
So number 1, you were saying tinsel.
Yeah.
The answer was tinsel.
Yay.
Number 2,
Christmas balls, probably, or ornaments.
that's number 3, ornaments.
Okay. So number 2, not the snowballs or...
You were close. I'll say it was like small little toys and like the cracker prizes was
Okay.
number 2.
All right, yeah.
Number 4,
Or maybe like lights as well, anything that has batteries on it.
that's number 5.
Yes, okay,
And
good.
then number 4, the last one,
Number 4,
it's not so much of like an item. It's more of a food.
a food. Oh, okay, well, foods, yeah, of course. Well, they
It's like the cooked bones.
yeah, exactly, the bones, yeah.
So that's the top most 5 dangerous things. So be aware of all of these things. So let's get into what Christmas, we already explained what Christmas objects are commonly, but why is tinsel the most dangerous actually?
Well, tinsel will act like a linear foreign body. So what happens is that it bunches up the gut, and then it has like almost like a saw cutting behavior. So it can really literally cut through the intestinal wall. So there's a huge risk of perforation, sepsis. So it's something that should not be taken lightly.
And I think for a lot of them you kind of blame the dogs, but the cats, I think, with the string and the tinsel
Mainly
and the small
cats,
little,
they're very attracted to that, right? They almost think that it's like a
little game you've left out for them.
exactly a
play
little
with.
toy,
Yeah.
yeah, a little
Christmas
prey,
gift for them.
exactly. So it's quite dangerous, and most cases, especially in cats, that's going to be a surgery, so medical emergency. Yeah.
Even I think it was 2 years ago, it was like a very shocking case actually. This dog came in, there was some kind of foreign body, they didn't know what, and then you look into the x-ray and it even in the Christmas lights. And you could see all along the
could see it.
x-ray like the little lights.
Yeah.
So that was like a funny one.
Yeah.
So let's get into the foreign body. Like, what are the symptoms people can look for if you think your pet has eaten something, or maybe you're not even sure that they've eaten something? What are the symptoms you could start to look for as an owner?
Well, the first red flag would be the dog suddenly loses its appetite. Okay, it goes off its food, doesn't want to eat their favorite treat that day. So that's your first common sign. And then obviously the most severe ones would be vomiting, even after drinking or eating food. They have abdominal pain, so they're crunched up. You see them in an unusual position, telling you that they're in pain. They're lethargic. They probably stop passing stools, or if they do, they look ribbon-like, so they have like an unusual texture. They drool, so yeah, they're uncomfortable.
Okay, and then what can people do? Like, should they go straight to the vet if this happens, or if you think it happens, can you monitor at home? Like, a lot of people would be like, let me save myself the bill and see will they throw it up.
Yeah, well, sometimes you really should not wait, especially if you've known that they ate a foreign body. So you've seen it yourself, or they're not acting normal. They're showing these signs that we discussed. Definitely go to the vets ASAP. In other cases where you've seen that probably they ate like a bit of a soft toy or soft packaging, but they're acting normal, still give us a call the vets, ask for advice. But in most of the case, if you want peace of mind, just head off to the vets because
And it's also like, you don't want to ruin your Christmas. You're not going to relax. You know,
you're not
like,
going to
this
relax
emergency
at all.
is seconds away.
Exactly. So get advice, but if you know that they've eaten a foreign body, just go straight to the vets.
And what's your opinion on people trying to like induce vomiting at home then? Because let's say even they've eaten batteries or something like this, and then people try to...
That's the worst mistake. Never, never, ever induce vomiting at home using the salt or the hydrogen peroxide, which was the old ways of inducing vomiting. Do not do that because you don't know if you're going to cause burns with that, aspiration pneumonia, even other signs like seizures. So do not do that. Go to the vets.
And charcoal?
Charcoal.
So some people like to try and give that at home. Like, what can people do at home?
I mean, once again, charcoal, it depends on what they've eaten, but charcoal might not do anything. Charcoal is used to absorb any toxicity from a toxic. So don't attempt that.
You're not a vet. Just
No, I'm not a fan. No, don't do that.
All right. So we talked a little bit about foreign bodies. And then the second most kind of big issue I think a lot of people have during the holidays, not just Christmas, but if you're American, like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Pancreatitis.
Pancreatitis. Yeah, exactly.
Explain to people what pancreatitis is first.
So pancreatitis it can be an acute or chronic inflammation of the pancreas, okay? Pancreas is our very beloved organ that is there to help us with digestion of fats, okay? Essentially. So it secretes very powerful digestive enzymes. So whenever there is a high fatty meal or whenever you have a dog or a cat that is at risk for pancreatitis, then what it does, it overstimulates that production of digestive enzymes. And instead of working towards digestion, it starts digesting the own self pancreas. So that's an incredible, painful condition.
Sounds extremely painful.
Very painful.
So what can owners look for if they think, not they wouldn't think that their dog has it, but what are the kind of symptoms that they would see?
So once again, it would be that they do not want to eat, they're vomiting, they're also crunched up, so they're showing signs of pain. They can, in some cases, show diarrhea. So all in all, they're very similar to even a possible foreign body. So very similar, but you need to rule that out. So those would be always symptoms to look out for and to head over to a clinic.
And with pancreatitis, is there the very common, like you will see the dog or something in like the play bow position is kind of the signature.
Like the praying position. That could be one very telling sign as well. So they will adopt, as it's named, the praying position.
Like a little bow.
Yeah, a little bow. And that just tells you how painful and uncomfortable the pet is.
And what are the kind of foods that would put your pet at risk? Or even you had said actually just before that, if your pet is kind of prone to it, are there breeds that are more prone to this?
There are breeds that are more prone to it, okay? You've got like the miniature schnauzer, the cocker spaniels, the Yorkies, poodles, but overall, overweight pets as well. So
overweight pets are more prone. And is that just because they're eating more fatty foods?
Well, they already have a lot of fat in them and they will probably try to steal the Christmas foods, right? That we know some of them are high in fat, so they could be at risk of that. Middle-aged, older pets as well, they are at risk. And yeah, I would say that that's the main ones. But we see a lot of other breeds that can suffer, especially at this time of Christmas, because they eat like the gravy or...
Yeah, so tell us which foods are really at risk for pancreatitis since we have the gravy.
Yeah, gravy, I would say the roast meat trimmings because they're very high in fat, right?
Yeah.
So they probably think, oh, just a little bit, he's asking for it. And that could be a trigger.
This not drives me crazy, but like people are like, I just gave him the tiniest bit. But then you see their dog, and I'm like, your dog's like
exactly. You have the
3
tiniest
kg,
dog.
This is like a full roast dinner for him.
So people think it's going to be a cumulative effect, right? And they think it's just a little tiny bit. It's not going to hurt, but that could be enough to trigger pancreatitis. So not worth it, though.
Was there any other foods actually? It was just the gravy, trimmings.
I would say those are the most common ones that can trigger, but anything that contains a lot of fat is going to set it off.
And what's the usual treatment actually? Because even there is like a long-term kind of chronic pancreatitis and a short-term, right? Can you explain how it progresses or what is the kind of the difference between the two?
I mean, it will all depend on the findings, right, and the signaling. So obviously in an acute situation, you are going to see signs a bit more obvious, okay? But usually the treatment for both is very much the same. So you have to place them on IV fluid therapy and take care of the pain, right? And give them anti-nausea medication if necessary, but a lot about analgesia, fluid therapy to try and calm that inflammation down.
And are pets who've had it once at risk to have it again then?
Definitely.
They're more at risk.
They're more at risk, exactly. So a lot of the times you do even have to change their diet,
the whole diet, right?
to avoid relapses. So
And what are the kind of diet changes? It's just to like a low-fat diet?
So normally it's a gastrointestinal low-fat diet. So it's a good quality protein with low residue, but with quality, and highly digestible would be it, but with low fat.
And it's true for these kind of pets that once they've had it, you should really avoid the treats then after that.
Absolutely. If you don't want to risk
coming back again.
Yeah, coming back.
And then you kind of answered already. So can one fatty meal really cause acute pancreatitis?
Yes.
Yes, it can.
Yes,
okay,
it
so it's not over time. It
No,
can
not
just...
over time. One is enough. Yeah.
happened to me that my dog like broke into the fridge once and I'm like, you're so lucky he didn't.
But nothing happened.
No, he was fine. But yeah, he'd really like got like steaks. And
Oh, wow.
he was fine.
He had fun.
So the next kind of topic around Christmas is toxins.
Toxins, yeah.
Tell us more about the toxins.
Okay, well, toxins. Like toxins around Christmas time?
Yeah. So what are some of the kind of unexpected or overlooked Christmas toxins that you see the most come into the clinic?
So I would say definitely, the batteries that we discussed before, like from the lights or small little toys.
Yeah, especially now that they have those little small tiny ones. I see
Exactly.
that.
I would say the salt dough ornaments, that nowadays a lot of people have those kind of
Which
ornaments.
one is this? The salt ones?
They're made of like salt dough, and those can be toxic actually.
I've never seen those,
Yeah.
but that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays you could personalize yours, and a lot of people are having that. I would say the snowballs as well, because they can have antifreeze inside them.
Oh, and then people putting like this kind of fake snow, I guess.
The fake snow as well.
If they're chewing on this, the antifreeze.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes even if they chew over like a real Christmas tree as well. Plants, the Christmas plants as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you really get into some of the Christmas plants? Because it's so sad. So many people get these beautiful bouquets and they have like cats or even the dogs are in the house. And it's just, I kind of feel like any Christmas plant is actually super toxic. There's very few that are not, to be honest.
Yeah, some are overhyped and others are underestimated. So I would say the typical Christmas plant, the poinsettia.
Yeah.
That one, well, it's not going to be fatal. Okay, it's not going to cause a fatality, but it can be very irritant on the gastrointestinal tract. So
if they had chewed quite a lot of it, they're not going to feel great.
No, they're not going to feel great. It's not right. They're going to feel a lot of gastrointestinal issues like vomiting, diarrhea, gastric irritation, but it's not going to cause a fatality. But when it comes to like ivy or mistletoe, then that's a whole different story. It can cause a lot of even cardiac issues, neurological, gastrointestinal. So the symptoms are, to pay attention and to head down to a clinic.
And would this be from just like kind of touching it? Like I know with like the lilies, the cats, even just kind of touching it, they can get it. But for the mistletoe ivy, is it more like would they go to chew it?
Yeah, chewing it, ingesting it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What's one thing owners should never attempt before calling the vet if they notice they've been with the plants and chewing and so on?
Yeah, I would say the inducing of the vomiting. Never to attempt that. Like head on to the vets. Let us do that if we feel that it's indicated. So don't do that.
And it's even one of those things like also don't wait to see where it kind of goes. Like with some of the plants, like maybe they seem fine, but like in a few days.
Exactly. If you wait and they are indeed toxic, then obviously you are going to get to a point where you may have impact on the kidneys, and then it becomes a much more serious situation. So don't wait. If you've seen it or you see the evidence of destruction, then act on it. Call, head on to the vets. Better be safe than sorry, because if not, your Christmas evening will be ruined. So, or the next day.
And then obviously, I think a lot of people know this one, like chocolate. It's obviously toxic.
Yeah, chocolate is a big no-no. So even at small quantities, just keep it away.
And I feel like chocolate is a really tough one to understand if your pet has kind of not tough one, but like the symptom of chocolate toxicity can be this hyperactivity. So you look at them and they're like, they're fine, they're running around, like they're having a great time. And then it's like, no, that's a symptom that they've really having a very toxic amount. What are the other symptoms for chocolate toxicity?
So there would be gastrointestinal, obviously. Well, that hyperexcitement is also that it causes some changes on a cardiac level. So it is causing tachycardia. And that's why they are so hyper and excitable. And the rest would be gastrointestinal. So vomiting, diarrhea. So those would be the main obvious signals that you would see with ingestion of theobromine, which is the component in chocolate. Yeah.
And then I'm thinking of other foods that are toxic. We have like mince pies, grapes, and alcohol. Actually,
Raisins,
with like it's a lot of like alcohol-based cakes and so on during the holiday.
Yeah.
So it's like this is also very toxic for your pet.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, we eat a lot of things that they should not get in touch
And you have
with.
guests over, and you're just leaving out all your little canapes.
And they might give table scraps.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a tricky situation.
If people want to know like what they can feed their pet Christmas themed that's safe, what would you recommend usually?
I would probably be very strict. I'd be like, do not feed them table scraps. Yeah, not at all. Just be safe.
No Christmas.
Nothing. Give them their own.
What about some cooked vegetables, or even you feel like it's this change of diet is going to trigger kind of some kind of gastrointestinal problem?
I mean, the cooked vegetables, if you see that there's no sauces or not many spices on them, then yeah, that should be relatively safe. Or even like roasted potatoes, but normally they would probably have garlic and other things that are toxic. So what are the
garlic is kind of on everything.
And
during
garlic
Christmas.
is on everything.
Yeah.
That's why probably I would be very strict and be like,
Or you know, one like my parents always do this, and I keep trying to tell them as well. Like it's really you cannot do that. The cooked bones.
the cooked bones.
They're like, it's a dog, of course. I can give him the bones. He'll eat them. And I'm like, and they always do it. And they're always like, he's always been fine. But I'm like, it's one of those things. Like, okay, maybe they'll be fine, but these can splinter so easily.
Yeah, that is a myth. People tend to do that a lot,
Dog and bones,
thinking
they think
that
it's
cooked
perfect,
bones
yeah.
will be harmless. They're not. They are literally very sharp foreign bodies that will cause a lot of damage inside the
Exactly.
gut. So, yeah, we need to
Did you see this one a lot as well? The
as
bones?
well. Yeah, all year round.
Yeah,
All year
it's
round.
every year.
Exactly,
Everyone
all
always
year round.
believes
Yeah,
this all
people
year
think
round.
they are just harmless, but they're not.
Raw bones, do you recommend we can do? Not even.
Only if they are big enough that they cannot really be chewed on and broken easily, okay? But still, they can cause dental fractures. So on the other hand, then you'd get another problem. You'd have to go and see a dentist. So no,
Yeah,
I would probably not. No, I would not risk it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, more to the holidays than Christmas, fireworks and noise sensitivity.
Yeah, fireworks. That is an interesting theme because there's a lot of like noise sensitive dogs, right? And they sometimes they don't really do well whenever there's fireworks, right?
And especially
they really
in Dubai, I really
panic.
feel bad for these pets when the owners know.
Because
I have
there's
a dog and he's
fireworks
nervous and it's
at
just
all times.
nonstop and it's so loud and it's terrifying for these poor animals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What can owners do? If you know your pet's a bit nervous, what are the steps you can do at home?
Well,
to try
you
and
can always
prepare
try
them?
and protect the pet, right? How would you do that? Give it a safe room
Yeah.
or somewhere to be able to hide so it feels a bit safe and protected. Maybe exercise him that day so he's a bit tired. Provide with like some distractions, choose some puzzle feeders. There's like calming jackets. You can try pheromone diffusers. And even if need be, then vet prescribed medication.
Yeah,
If you feel
I was
like
going to say, if you know your pet.
if you know that he doesn't do well, then absolutely. But obviously, do it before the event, not during when they're panicking. So preemptively,
Pre-preparation here.
Yeah.
You know what's actually crazy? Last year I saw so many pets, and then I saw so many posts about the pets. They took their pets to the fireworks to go watch them.
Oh,
to go
directly.
enjoy the fireworks. And then
And
the
how
next
were
day
they?
after New Year's, so many posts about missing dogs, and my dog ran off. He got scared.
Exactly.
Even if you have a chill dog, they don't like it. I don't think most of them. You know what I
No,
mean?
they
It's not there.
don't.
This big crowd and this big noise. Like
No.
you're kind of asking.
No, they don't have a good
For some
time. And-
issues.
yeah, and a lot of times it's not just a fear; it can even become like a phobia. So a lot
Now they
worse
have a
than
trigger.
that.
Yeah.
No, they do not enjoy it because we can imagine that for them they perceive it on a much higher level. So
Yeah, that sound to them is just
Yeah.
so much louder.
so much louder. Yeah.
Even I had another client actually that I think it was for Diwali, not for New Year's, but the dog is also very afraid of the fireworks, and it started very early. So she was walking and he just panicked so much. He tried to run off and he tore his CCL. So it's like,
Wow. Yeah. That's an expensive
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
so as well, a lot of people try to walk your dog before. I don't know what time they will start the fireworks, probably midnight, but try to kind of aim even before that. Like, don't go out at this time. in
Except
the
when
evening.
it's calm. Yeah, get them tired. That can help to keep them slightly calmer. So, yeah.
So when would you recommend medication rather than just this kind of calming jackets in the room? Like, is there a threshold that you're like, do the medication?
I mean, I would say when it gets to a point where the behavior is quite extreme, so they get to a point where they're trying to escape through a window, they're too agitated, and it even goes into a behavior of self-injury.
Yeah, if you see them like just trying to do anything to kind of
Exactly.
run,
Yeah. Then, or they're losing control of their bowel and their bladder whilst they're panicking. Then definitely they need something a bit stronger to help them through those times. So that's when I would definitely recommend medication.
And the final kind of segment here would be house guests. Because house guests cause a lot of issues as well, actually.
They can. Yeah, they can to our pets, especially because we can't forget that it disrupts their routine, right?
Yeah.
And their predictability. The dogs like stability, predictability. So it's going to literally disrupt the feeding, the walking, even the attention, right? So you're going to end up seeing dogs that are anxious. They might be hyperexcitable. They might go off their food. They might be bouncing all over the place. They might be hiding or even guarding toys or space.
Yeah, I can see that happening a lot more often. Like
Yeah.
the guarding, it's like, okay, there's 100 people in my house. Like, this is my spot.
Exactly, it's mine.
Yeah.
And that could be a tricky situation because they can get even aggressive because they're just trying to make themselves calmer and protect what is theirs. And yeah, that's why with guests, you do have to follow certain, I would say, rules.
Okay, so like, what would you say the biggest mistakes owners make when introducing pets to the house guests?
The biggest mistake is forced interaction.
Okay.
Yeah. So literally, you need to let the pet approach you in their own terms. By forcing it, you're not going to get a good outcome. So let them get close to you. Let them sniff you, touch you. So it has to be like consented. Pet knows best, right? So
Yeah.
do not force it. And I would say other mistakes would be give them table scraps.
Yeah, I
as
was going to say
well.
100%. Your grandma is in town. She is just feeding everything. to the
Exactly.
dog.
Food is love. So grandma will give food
Yeah.
to them. So don't do that. Picking up the dogs. So once again, like forced interaction, like picking them up. Waking up a sleeping pet, probably.
Yeah, or if you have children guests, I think,
exactly.
Especially if your dog's
Yeah.
not used, they're not your kids, they're not used to children, and
yeah.
now someone picking them up, and they mean well, of
Absolutely.
course, but
Absolutely.
I think you have to really
yeah.
advocate for your pet during this time. Like, you don't want to seem like a crazy dog person or a
But you
crazy
need
cat
to
person,
protect them,
but
and
you
you're
need
their
to put the boundary for them as well.
You're their
yeah.
spokesperson, so you are literally seeing and defending them. So even like kids, if they are once again trying to have too much interaction, and if the pet walks away, then do not follow them. Like let them. That's their way of saying I need space. So respect that.
Yeah, and even for people, like, I think you can have your dog's bed and so on in an area, not with the guest, and really inform your guest, like, if he's in the bed, you leave him. You don't
Exactly.
yeah.
Keep them in a separate room, even
Yeah.
like leave them in a room, leave them with like distractions, and potentially even put up a sign saying,
Don't
dunno,
touch the dog.
"Don't touch the dog. Look, but don't touch." Or pet is sleeping. Don't come in. Something like that, and then you avoid.
And what about
stress.
for cats? Do you think there's kind of a different approach, or
With cats, well, cats.
cats are more
Well,
like, I'm
yeah.
just gonna leave.
I'm just gonna leave.
not
Exactly.
doing
Cats in
this.
that sense, they will just
Yeah.
leave, walk away. They are smarter, but yeah, I would also not force any interaction, especially with cats.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
yeah.
sometimes with the small dog or the cats, people are just like, oh, here, but it's like,
Yeah, don't do that. So a bit like the same principle would apply, but cats in that sense would know how to like really walk away from the
give you
situation.
a good
yeah.
warning if they
Yeah.
weren't happy as well. And how can owners protect kind of shy or reactive pets during the holidays?
Well, that would be the same really, like keep them separate.
Yeah.
Keep them separate in another room. So then there's no interaction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the best way to protect them. Yeah.
And before we wrap it up, this little Christmas podcast, can you share with us the most memorable kind of Christmas story you have or pet emergency during the holidays?
Well, I do remember that around Christmas time, cats eating tinsel. That is the most common
The
one.
underlying theme of it, yeah.
The most common one. And then you see the cat in the consultation room, and it's got a bit of tinsel coming out of his butt. And
Itching his bum, and we're not sure.
and owners are tempted to pull.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, let's get into that a little bit as well.
Do
For
not
people
pull.
wondering why not to pull. Like, it's just a little bit, I'll just pull it. Why?
Because
People ask this a lot, actually.
exactly, because on the other end, you do not know that it's probably lodged and stuck in an intestinal segment, and that by pulling, you are going to bunch up the gut, and then you're going to create that sort of socketing effect. So you might cause more damage. So if you do see that, do not pull.
That's probably the kind of message you have for people. But you have
Yeah.
a message for people, what to do this holidays, or kind of something you'd like to share with people.
I mean, I would say just be very cautious, enjoy the holidays, but do not attempt to give them any table scraps. Keep it all away from them. Close the kitchen door, probably. And just be mindful of the rules about pets with guests. And eat it all yourself. Eat the food yourself. Have the wine yourself, but them. Create their own little Christmas meal. Why not? Separately. You can cook for them. Why not? But it would be like a safe Christmas meal.
Yeah.
Why not? Make them their own Christmas meal.
I think I'll do that for mine.
Yeah,
I'll
do the same. Yeah.
And then another point, actually, for just people to remember, check if your vet is open during the holidays, or check which vet is open, because when emergencies happen, it's never during a regular time. It's always at the most inconvenient time that it will happen. So just so you don't panic and you're messaging like on Facebook who is open, just understand which vet clinics will be open during the night or during Christmas Day or New Year's Day.
Be prepared.
So you're a little bit prepared.
Yeah, be prepared. Exactly. Yeah, or else, unless you know your regular vets, they work 24 hours like us, or be prepared. Have a list.
Like us.
Like us.
Dr. Joana, it was so lovely having you on today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New
If you
Year.
have any questions about the podcast or for Dr. Joana to answer in general, please leave a comment and let us know. Or if you have any suggestions for future topics in the new year, please let us know and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.